Welcome to the Chapel of St. Thomas Aquinas in London's St. Peter's Seminary,
A reading from the book of the prophet Jeremiah.
a training ground for the future priests of the Catholic Diocese of London. This is David Johnston. Right now he's practicing his readings, one of his roles during a Mass. He's been studying at St. Peter's for 4 years and has 4 to go. He's a 24-year-old born and raised in Port Lambton, Ontario. Before coming here, David was a second-year engineering student. In his second year of engineering, he says he began to feel the calling towards the priesthood.
It wasn't so much a decision to stop. I enjoyed what I was doing. I was able to do it, but I got the sense that it just wasn't for me, that I was being called to do something else.
A calling. This is how priests describe their path towards serving God. David says his calling was a gradual process.
It kind of gradually built and built and built until it built and then it hit me and I just realized that's the way it has to be.
David describes living in the seminary as being like a university dormitory. He and his classmates live, eat, and study together. In the past, there would have likely been more students roaming these halls, but the diocese has recently seen a decrease in its numbers. David currently works as the seminary's archivist, but in 4 years he could be a pastor in a local church, or perhaps multiple churches. He says the life of a priest, especially these days, is more of a lifestyle than a job.
I think if we looked at it as a job, I don't think anybody would want it. Yeah. It requires a very special calling, because if you think of a doctor who's on call, he's only on call some of the time. The priest is on call all of the time.
In order to ensure there will always be enough priests on call, the diocese launched the Called by Name program.
In a 2011 report, the Diocese of London predicted up to a 30% decrease in the number of active priests. They predict there will be just 73 priests in a region with a Catholic population of almost 500,000. The reason for this decrease is simply that there are more priests retiring than there are new ones coming in.
Father John Pert is the vocations director for the diocese. He also runs the Called by Name program. Parishes submit names of promising young men to Father John. After careful and extensive review, suitable candidates are then invited to join the seminary and begin their education. The hope is to get a much-needed boost in the number of priests in the diocese. Father John says the negative trend needs to be reversed.
We're in a situation right now where we really could use more priests today. The congregations are shrinking in some ways, but we won't have enough to staff those congregations we have currently. At one time there would be 2 or 3 priest parishes, and now they're currently being staffed by 1.
But declining commitment to the Catholic Church isn't anything new in recent years. Here at King's College, Mark Jensen teaches Catholic studies and theology. He says there are a number of factors causing separation between society and the Church. Among them are the recent sexual abuse scandals and disagreements regarding artificial contraception and homosexuality. But he says the major reasons have more to do with North American society as a whole.
I think there's a whole societal shift in North America and Europe away from organized religion. There's disaffection with a number of traditional teachings of the Church.
Jensen also says people simply no longer going to church is a big reason for the decline in priests. As a future priest, attendance is one challenge David is all too aware of. But he says those who don't show up or believe in their faith are losing out.
Just because I don't see something, just because I don't hear it or sense it in some other way, doesn't necessarily mean it's not there. And so I think people may miss something.
For Western News, I'm Brendan McConnell.